Hello, 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 and welcome to my live. Happy Friday. It is the end of the week and it is the start to the weekend. Thank you all for hopping on. When you hop on, go ahead and say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. My name is Robin and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Chalk Couture. Um, Tonight we're going to be taking the design off of this 9x12 Aiden board. So I'm going to actually just take the embellishments off real quick. And I'm going to spray this down with water. I did this board a couple of months ago. And I'm just going to let this sit for a little bit. And while I let this sit, I'm actually going to share this to my group. If I can find myself. Hello, Mr. Jason from Minnesota. How are you? Okay, there I am. Okay, so I'm going to copy the link. I'm just sharing this to my group real fast. When you hop on, say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. Paste. Post. Okay, I'm going to get that out of my way. So I'm redoing this 9x12 Aiden board. It is a magnetic porcelain steel board from Chalk Couture. It's one of the gallery boards. This is my friend's board, and she is a nail stylist, and she asked me to redo her board in a patriotic theme, so that's what we're going to do. But we're taking off this design that I did a couple months ago, so I've just sprayed some water on it, and I'm going to use my paste scraper here in a minute to kind of scrape all that off. And you'll see the water isn't doing anything to the paste right now. But once I start rubbing on it or scraping it off, it will wipe right off. And that's kind of one of the benefits of Chalk Couture, or one of its kind of magical components, is that you're able to have one surface and you can have multiple transfers, and all you have to store are the transfers. So you can just keep reusing your chalkboards or your glass surfaces. I'm going to grab some paper towels. I do want to let you know I am also broadcasting on multiple platforms. So if you happen to see that I'm, or hear that I'm referring to somebody else's comment and you don't see it in your feed, that might be because they're watching on a different platform. I am live on my Facebook business page, and I'm also live on my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to clarify that. I'm just going to wipe this, or spray some more water on it, and then I'm just going to use the paste scraper to get the rest of that chalk off. And it just comes off like magic. And you might notice in your picture, let me show it up, bring it up a little more, there is some ghosting. You can see it. So what I'm going to do is grab a board eraser. This is similar to a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, but it doesn't have all of the chemicals in it. So I'm just going to get it wet. Well, my sprayer will work. There we go. And I am just going to wipe this off, and it should get rid of some of that ghosting. I'm just checking to make sure my dog wasn't eating something she wasn't supposed to. Okay. How are you doing, Mr. Jason? Excuse the barking. Oh, thanks. I have to show you I found the perfect earrings to go with my shirt. It matches the dots perfectly. So I was excited to find these. I found the blanks at my favorite craft store, and so I just added the earring wire. But it was a match made in heaven. Okay. Clean this up a little bit, put it away. Okay, so we've got that clean. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Put my board eraser away. So my friend, thanks Amanda, how are you doing this evening? Did you get to see the earrings? You watched me make this shirt. I wanted to show you the earrings that I found. They match perfect. Same exact colors and everything. So I'm sporting the whole look today. So my friend wants a patriotic design to kind of last her through Labor Day. So unfortunately, these transfers are no longer available, but because this is a custom order, I wanted to use these transfers. This is the homespun flag. So I'm just going to grab a Sharpie so that I can write on the back. And I'm writing on the back because these transfers are reusable about 8 to 12 times. So I just want to make sure that when I'm done cleaning them, I get them on the right backer and I get them on the right side. And then this is a new to me transfer, but it is retired. These are the borders. And you might think, well, what the heck do those borders have to do with the American flag? But I kind of wanted to do a different take on the stripes. So I want to use some of these border strips as the actual American flag, red and white stripes. So we'll see how it works. These are sticky back, so they are sticky. If I can get them apart. And wherever you see the clear or the white is where there is a silk screen. And this one does have a cut line straight across, and you can cut it completely apart if you want to. But I'm just going to score my transfers because I like to keep the backer sheet intact. So I just place my scissors or my trimmers in there, and I just go along that trim line, and it cuts them apart. So then I'm going to do the same thing to this one. This one's going to be a lot, sorry. So what's everyone's plans for the weekend? Anything exciting? We should have done this ahead of time. Got a little off the line there. A couple more, sorry. I should have done most of these ahead of time. Okay, so we'll put those away. Zero plans. Yeah, I'm going to Larned tomorrow. My mom's birthday was yesterday, so I'm just gonna go spend a couple hours with her and my dad. And I hit my mouse again. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to I'm going to use this piece first because I think I want to put my blue corner in first. I'll move my mouse because I have a tendency to bump it. Hey Ashley, how are you? Okay, so I'm just going to fuzz my transfer a couple of times, and what I'm doing is just laying down a thin layer of lint so that this transfer isn't as sticky. These Aiden boards, this porcelain steel magnetic surface can be, the transfer stick really well to it. Hi Katie. So I'm just going to lay down this part. I'm only going to do where the stars are. And this won't be a perfect rendition of the flag, but it'll be close. Let's see if I can get it to lay down right. I think I want it up farther. Hi Thea, how are you? Hi Thea. Easier said than done. Me, I kind of want it perfectly straight in the corner, but that may not happen. That may just be good enough. So because this is a lot of screen, I want to make sure it's stuck down really well and smooth. Because if not, it will bleed under. Oh, you took a mini vacation to Tulsa. My grandparents used to live in Tulsa, so we were there. Used to go there a couple times a year. Of course, I haven't been there in a long time. Thanks. This was the shirt that I made the other day. I finally got it heat set, so I was able to wear it. Okay, so I'm going to use Cadet, but I'm also, because I'm messy, I'm going to lay some tape on these stripes so I don't accidentally go over, because I will. And so I'm going to use Cadet. Hopefully, stir that up a little bit. It looked harder than it was. So this is chalk paste. It goes on semi-permanent, but it's also water soluble. So I'm just going to take my rubber squeegee and I'm going to dip it in the blue paste, and then I'm just going to spread it over the silkscreen area carefully. I do have a bubble over here, so we'll see what happens. Because there is a lot of screen, I'm going to try to go gentle so that I don't pull and stretch the screen as I'm spreading my paste out. Oh, I forgot one thing too. Before I forget, tonight is the Friday giveaway. So make sure that you, in sometime between now and the end of the live, if you would put in hashtag Friday giveaway, and it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now. So hashtag Friday giveaway. And I probably should do one more thing. I'm not very prepared. I'm going to pull this real quick, and then after that I will get the giveaway screen started. Looks pretty good. It actually shows up better for you guys than it does for me. Okay, if you want to hang tight a moment, I forgot to start the giveaway. Let's see if I can get that pulled up. Make sure you put in hashtag Friday giveaway. Make sure that I spell it right. Okay, so we're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to dry this. My dogs are going crazy. Luna's running around like a wild banshee. I haven't been to Tulsa in so long. I'm not for sure what there is even to do in Tulsa. They used to have a really nice water park. I don't remember if it was called. It was Big Splash, I think. But that was in the late 80s, early 90s. So who knows what they have there. I'm sure they have a ton of stuff now. I think that's dry. Move my mouse because I'll inevitably hit it again. Okay, I'm going to close all this up and then we'll start trying to figure out our stripes. Cloth. Okay. So I was going to alternate between some of these thicker stripes and some of these skinnier stripes. And I don't think we'll get all 13 stripes on, but you never know. Well, yeah. I don't even have 13. So we'll just start. Start with this bottom one. We'll see. We'll see what we get. So I'm off. I know I'm probably off camera, but I'm a little bit out of room. So I'm just going to place this one down. Make sure it's somewhat straight. Feels fairly straight. So I'm going to start with red at the bottom. Sticking my finger in it. I'm going to get a skinnier squeegee. Let me get a couple out. So I'm just going to dip my, again, Jason and my father-in-law, they're still in Minnesota. My father-in-law had a 12-hour surgery on Wednesday, but he's in ICU still, I believe, but that was mainly for precaution. They had him sedated yesterday just to give his body a little bit of a head start of rest and recovery since his surgery was so long. But they removed the breathing tube this morning, and I think I know he's in a lot of pain, and he's uncomfortable, but that's kind of yeah. So I think he's doing good. They're both doing good. It'll just be a long road of recovery over the next couple of months. Thanks for asking. So I'm just, my red is dried out a little bit, so I'm just adding a little bit of water, and it's distilled water. A lot of my chalk pastes are still the old formula. They did, they recreated the formula a couple months ago, and it's not supposed to dry out as fast or as hard. So here on out, if we order paste, we shouldn't have to add water to them like this. So I'm just going to grab my squeegee and just going to start pasting down here. And I'm just running it straight across. I'm trying to make sure I get all of it covered. It's kind of weird. And then I'll just remove the excess and put it back in my jar. Let's see what that one looks like. So there's one stripe. Oh, I'm gonna have a mess over here. Let's just hang that one from the table. Okay, so let's dry that one. And I did get a little on the side over here, but once it dries, I'll just take a wet Q-tip or even a little pokey tool, scratchy tool, and it should come right off. Don't forget, put hashtag Friday giveaway in the comments for a chance to win some Happy Mail at the end of the live. So I'm going to work on a white stripe. Oh. Sorry, I'm trying to readjust things because I'm going to end up with a mess. So I think I'm going to use the plus signs. I don't know if you can see that. I think we'll add those next. We'll do those in white. Thea says, good job, Robin. Thanks, Miss Thea. So then I'm just taking a little squeegee, which is actually one of these squeegees that I cut apart to make some skinnier ones. And it's easy for little, it makes it easy for little jobs like this. I have a little bit more control. Okay, so there's the white stripe. And later, when I'm done with this live, I'll just take those transfers to my utility sink and I'll just run them under some water. And I use this board eraser on the front side and then just wipe the back with like a wet wipe or a washcloth. Dry them sticky side up and then put them back on their backer sheet. And they're good for about 8 to 12 more uses, if not more. So now we'll do another red stripe. I think we'll do this double stripe here. I think that'll work good in the space that I have. Okay, So I'm just going to grab another little squeegee, dip it in the chalk paste. And then I'm just running it down the silkscreen. And I did probably go off the edge a little bit, but once again, we can let that dry and take a wet Q-tip to it and it'll come right off. So there's a red stripe. You end up with stripes all over. Trying to figure out which stripe to use next. My friend is a quilter, so I think there's actually a cute little ruler stripe. Can you see part of that ruler? It's really cute. Oops, it was upside down. So I'm going to use the ruler right up here. Well, I think maybe I should do the ruler and, oh wait, white is next. Silly Robin. Ooh, I did not cut that straight. Okay, so I'll go in with the white. What am I looking for? I don't want to scratch at this with my fingers, so I'm using the little pointy end of the detail tool to lift up that edge of the transfer. Which one should I do next? I think we'll do this one next. And I'm going to grab a scrap backer sheet. Because once I lay this down, I don't want this part of the transfer to stick because that ruler is so fine. I don't really want that to, oh wait, it's not gonna, no. I may not need it, depending on my spacing. I think I'm good. So never mind, except for it's not straight. Okay, so I don't need that, but I might need it for something else. Okay, so I'm just going to dip my squeegee into the red. Thanks, Katie. Trying for something a little different. I'm too much of a box thinker. You know, I try to use the transfers. I typically use the transfers for what they're made for, but this is a little outside of my typical box. It's not what the transfer was made for, but never hurts to experiment a little bit. So we'll dry that one. trying to come up with my plan of action. So this will do this one next. It's kind of a little scallop. We'll do that one in white. Went quick. I'm just hanging these off the side of my table. It's so little tacky. That one's dry. Okie doke. I think we'll do a thin red one. And I think that'll leave us just enough room for a thicker white one. So we'll do this one red. Okay. Pull that up. Dry that one. We'll do our last stripe. Okay, so we'll end up using all of them but two. Ooh, this one's thicker than the rest. Okay, I'm actually going to turn it around so I can see it a little easier. So then I'm not having to put my head in the camera. Okay, I think that's good. So then we'll get my thicker. Put that lid back on before I use it. So we'll get a thicker squeegee. I'm not. There was a cancer awareness ribbon transfer. I think I may have that one. I didn't purchase it, but I have purchased, or I have bought out a few designers, and I think one of the designers that I bought out had that one. I'll have to look in my stash, but there aren't any nurse ones, but I There is a breast cancer ribbon. I'll have to look and see if I have it in my stash. I'm pretty sure that I do. But no, there aren't any nurse ones. There probably should be, especially after last year. Oop, I got a little tiny bleed. But we'll fix that. The nice thing about chalkboards is that if you go over, happen to chalk over the transfer, or like in this case, there's a small little bleed, I can just wet a Q-tip and it will wash right off. I can also use the pointy end of this one and kind of etch at it a little bit or scratch at it, and it will come off. Okay. I don't know if you can see. Oh, that's what that was. Like right there is a little bleed mark, little tiny. But I can take this little pointy end and I can scratch at it. I got a little bit off. But I can also take a Q-tip and I can wet it. And I have some very pointy Q-tips. There it is, completely gone. Same way with, I got some on the inside lip here. I can do the same thing. Of course, this red's probably going to smear a little bit, but yep. And then I got a little bit right here where I went over the transfer. There, and just like that, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All those little marks are gone. So there's all of our little stripes. So now we're just going to add some embellishments. Close these up so they don't dry out. There are little transfers hanging off like curtains all over my table. Okay, so we're going to bring back my infamous fabric scraps. Put some of this away because we don't need it and it's just in the way. And then I'm going to get my scissors out. So I'm going to use my, except for it's navy and that's royal. But it's longer, so we'll use it. So I'm just going to cut a long strip. About an inch and a half, inch and a quarter. I just put a little snip in there, and I'm just going to tear my fabric. Then I'm going to cut these selvage pieces off. So I don't necessarily need those. And then I just need to determine, oops, I thought that one had, it has one on the back. Take that off. Thanks, dear. think I should do it at the top or the bottom. I think we'll do it at the bottom, I think. So I'm just gonna, pretty much how I always do this. So I'm gonna do it to the side a little bit. And I'm just gonna tie a knot pretty tight. Hold that down with my finger. Oops, lost it. You know what? Let's cheat. Let's see if this will work. Ha! And then I can twist my fabric to where it's right sides out. Pull that out. Ha! Okay, so we've got that part started. So now I'm going to cut some of this ticking fabric. I think we'll go this way. And cut it a little thinner. So I'm just going to tear a couple strips because then I'm going to cut those in half. So we'll start with those two. So I'll lay those two in. I'm going to cut this one. And then I'm going to cut a strip of this one, but I won't need all of it. Okay, so we're done with that one. Got the right, pretty close. I think there's some selvage edges here to cut off. And I think I got this fabric in the remnant section, so I didn't even. Let's see, I think I probably still need to cut a little bit off. But I think I always check the remnant section because I love using just rag fabric. Okay, so then we'll add navy pieces. And then I think we'll just add those two in. So then I'm just going to tie it again. Tie it tight. And then I think I'm going to dovetail all these ends. So I just fold them in half and cut from fold, or from either from corner to fold or fold to corner, whichever way you cut it. So again, I'm folding that in half. Cut it from fold to center or fold to corner. Sometimes I leave them straight, sometimes I angle them, sometimes I dovetail them. It just kind of depends. Oops, I'll cut that one backwards. this one. I always have to think because I usually end up doing it backwards. How's everybody doing out there? Uh-oh. Sorry for the dogs barking. They like to bark at random things. Just about cut that one backwards again. Let's cut. Sometimes you can cheat and cut two together at the same time. Saves a little bit of time. Oops. Nope. Oh, yeah, I missed one. Okay. So then you can just kind of spread those all out. I like to leave the strings. Throw my trash away. Okay. We flip our finished product around, our project. So there it is. I'll give you a close-up of all the different stripes. And then the bow. It's kind of floofy. So there you go. So then I will take this to my, thank you, Amanda. So I'll take this to my nail stylist, and in a couple months I will go back and get it, and I will take the design off and do something else. This is probably about the 5th or 6th time that I've redone the board. So yeah, a lot of fun. That's one of the great things about Chalk Couture is the fact that you can remove designs. So America, that's right. So I'm going to go ahead and do the giveaway tool. So let's share my screen. And it's a tab. Oh, there. Share that. Okay, so we've got 2 entries. So I'm going to hit the draw button. Oops. Oops. Okay. So let's see who the winner is. Katie's the winner. Congratulations, Katie. Okay, Katie, so if you would either message me via Facebook or email me at robinseggluecreations@gmail.com. You can send me your address and I will get you your Happy Mail. Congratulations. Woot woot. Is she, well, we'll give it, yeah. So without further ado, I am going to hop off the live. Thanks again for watching. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.